Hey Internet, we are here at CES 2025 and I'm here to report a theft. This is the ThinkPad X9 Aura Edition and there is no track point on it. So what's going on here? This is a decision that Lenovo has made. Basically that they already own about a third of the commercial market and they are trying to expand even further. So we grew up with the track point. It's this little red nub that hovers in the center of the keyboard. It was originally designed 30 years ago so that your hands would never have to come off the home row. You'd always just be typing and so forth. And that was because, in part, the trackpads stunk, all right? The trackpads just stunk, okay? They were clicky, they were soft, they were hard to maneuver. But over 30 years, they've improved, right? We have haptic trackpads, we have everything. So, Lenovo had to come up with a decision. So, would they go ahead and include the track point when trackpads were in fact much, much better, or would they test getting rid of them? And that's what they've done. This is again the ThinkPad X9 14 Aura Edition. For right now, they're testing to basically testing whether or not consumers are going to want to use a laptop without it. And again, we have laptops in the industry. They didn't mention it, but let's say the Dell XPS that appeals to consumers, it appeals to prosumers, it appeals to commercial markets. Doesn't have anything like that. They want to have something that's a little bit more sleek and a little bit nicer. So this is something new, and you can see it's got, look at that, how thin it is there. It's got the ports on either side sort of nestled into this little engine compartment we have here. And these are Lunar Lake devices. This is the Intel Core Ultra Series 2. And they are going to ship sometime in 2025. Let's just run down the specs of these a little bit because they are really, really nice devices. The first thing that I always think about when I think about a ThinkPad, I think about the keyboard, 1.5 millimeters of key travel. That's a lot deeper than others, and it gives you just a nice, comfortable feeling when you're typing. We've got pretty much top of the line specs inside of this, 32 gigs of memory. Again, something that we're starting to really see as a top of the line premium feature, but on more mainstream laptops. And up to 2 terabytes of storage too. I mean, something like this, probably not going to be used as a video editing machine, but it's got the capacity to go ahead and use it. So the other nice thing about this too, first of all, Lunar Lake, right, gave us about a day's worth of battery life. This is going to have, this has a quick charging platform on it, so it gives you about, according to Lenovo, about 80% charge in 60 minutes. So again, all day battery life, but if you need an extra charge, you're back on your feet pretty quickly. So we are here at Lenovo's booth looking at the various ThinkPad line. But the other thing that we need to talk about right now is a device that has been previously a proof of concept and is now an actual product, and that is the ThinkBook Plus Gen 6. Now, both this, the ThinkBook, as well as this one, the Yoga Book, kind of solve the same problem, which is something that I hate when I'm traveling. So when I'm in my office, I've got 1, 2, 3 monitors. I love screen space. I love all that extra space for using for Windows. But when I'm on the road, I have to think about, do I take an extra monitor? Do I take 2 laptops? Do I take an extra screen? This has something special in it. It's a rollable display that actually will, let's see, actually expands. So this is actually a 14-inch OLED laptop. When it's compressed, when it's up, it gives you an additional 2.5 inches on the diagonal, so a total of 16.7 inches. What this can be done is you can now divide this into 2 landscape screens. And Lenovo tells us that if you actually do divide it, you can actually use some of that extra space as a, when you're sharing your screen, you don't share all of the screen, you share this little bit here, so you can go ahead and look at your speaker notes or look at your own notes and share this with the top here. This is an excellent device just from that standpoint. You know, it's a little bit thicker. You can go ahead and see what happens when you come down. You can see that slide right in. but you're not necessarily dealing with any of the issues that you would have with like a foldable, for example. The screen just kind of goes up and down naturally. You can actually use it with gestures too, but we're not going to do it here because I don't know the gestures. Anyways, though, this is another one of Intel's Lunar Lake laptops. Again, it's got, let's see, looking at the specs here, Core Ultra Series 2. Again, the specs inside of it are pretty standard, 32 gigs of LPDDR5X 233 memory, a terabyte of PCIe storage. It's a little bit chunkier than the others we've looked at, 3.73 pounds with a 66 watt-hour battery. But again, Lunar Lake, it's going to translate into long battery life. So again, we've seen this before. This is the Yoga Book. The only thing I'll say about that this year is that it's a little bit larger. The individual screens are a little bit larger than they have in the past. Otherwise, though, it's essentially the same device. But again, solving the same problem, one screen on top of the other, allowing you to go ahead and work more productively while on the road. So that is it from Lenovo's booth at CES 2025. Stick with us on PCWorld's YouTube channel and on PCWorld.com for all the news coming out of the show.